So 2025 has been a massive year for JRPGs, and a lot of games actually stuck with me more than I thought they would. And there's been so many special releases that I just can't wait to highlight them all and then finally crown 2025's JRPG of the year for me. Before we get to that, as always, don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave your thoughts down below. What's your JRPG of the year? And yeah, let's get to it. We're going to summarize all of my entries and then we'll crown my pick. Let's go. So let's talk about the biggest release of the year, honestly, even though it's a game that I didn't 100% love. And yes, a lot of you guys made sure to make me feel really bad about that in the comments of my review. I will still say that is a game that kind of hooked me straight away with the atmosphere. I mean, even when I played the demo build that was released to creators earlier in the year, it immediately set itself up as this moody, painterly JRPG about a group of heroes, trying to break this cycle of destruction. I mean, it's a whole world that feels like a dream mixed with a nightmare set in this painting world. There's certainly a sadness to everything, but the presentation is gorgeous. The game has a tone that genuinely feels different from anything else this year. The combat, which I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys will still be very, high off of, it was quick, stylish, and each character had their own flair that they brought to the battles. But what stands out is, if you enjoyed it, the story of the game, the conversations, the subtle bits of world building, and the sense of emotional weight behind every moment of the game. It certainly is a game that's going to stick with you because of how deliberate and artistic it is. For me, I enjoyed a big portion of it. A lot of it with the story just didn't resonate with me, and I kind of felt like everything in front of me was passing me by and nothing really stuck. And that's not a downside to the game. That's not a negative to the game. Maybe it was just my headspace that I was in at that time. Sometimes you just watch movies or read books or experience things and they just don't stick, and you see everybody around you saying how wonderful, how great it is, and it kind of makes you think, what am I missing? Am I not understanding something or whatever? So I mean, yes, I did have I wanted to love Expedition 33 video, and maybe in a couple years time I'll go back to it with some fresh eyes, fresh ears, and just try and re-experience this game and try and understand maybe what I missed, because there was a lot of beautiful stuff here, but for some reason it just didn't resonate with me. But all that being said, Expedition 33 is the most standout highlight game of the year, point blank. I mean, even if I didn't enjoy it, I'm still quite happy to give it its flowers. I mean, I'm pretty sure this game is going to win Game of the Year overall. I mean, if it doesn't, I'd be pretty shocked. But it's had a huge impact on the genre, on gaming in general, and the fact that this came from a small independent developer really just speaks volumes to you don't have to be a AAA dev to make something great, and I think this is going to give a lot of other developers inspiration and hope. Next up, we have Final Fantasy Tactics. This is one of the most engrossing stories I've experienced this year, and experiencing Ivalice for the first time, it was like falling into a world of politics, betrayal, morally gray areas, and it really just felt like a mature fantasy novel disguised as a PlayStation 1 classic. Watching Ramza slowly navigate this tangled web of power struggles is incredibly compelling, and this was my first time playing this game as well, and for so many years, you guys have said, play Final Fantasy Tactics, play Tactics. Well, I finally bought the PlayStation 1 game earlier this year, and then Square announced they're coming out with this remaster package, so I waited a little bit longer, and I waited like 20 plus years to play this game, and I'm glad I finally played it and experienced it with the Ivalice Chronicles remastered. With the voice acting, the little bit of visual touch-ups that this game had, really made it feel like a complete and compelling package to me. There's a lot of games that are hyped up to me that I really just I'm a bit apprehensive of, are they going to be as good as everybody else says? But, Tactics was really great. I don't think I would give it a 10 out of 10 masterpiece. I'd probably say 9 out of 10. Same thing with Expedition 33. Some of the story stuff didn't really stick with me as much, but I can really appreciate and understand what makes this game great, even now as a remaster package, or what made it great to begin with back in, the late 90s when this game was released. There was nothing like this when Final Fantasy Tactics originally came out, and it comes out now in 2025 and still showing everybody, hey, we're the best of the best at doing this. And aside from all that, I mean, we got to look at the gameplay. The job system is unmatched, and experimenting with different roles and builds was incredibly satisfying. Every battle felt like a puzzle that you have to solve in your own way, and believe me, you really do, because if you're not prepared for some of the difficulty spikes, you're going to be seeing game over again and again and again. But being able to get over those difficulty hurdles, mastering the job system, preparing my team for each battle scenario was very rewarding and very fun and just very satisfying. It was a great puzzle kind of game, and Tactics now is going to remain, for me, a masterpiece and easily earn its place in any JRPG discussion, even now today for 2025. So the Ivalice Chronicles, earns my vote as possible game of the year. Next, I want to talk about a game that I actually didn't talk about, and I made a conscious decision to not talk about at all on my channel, and that's Pokemon ZA. Now, I'm a huge Pokemon fan from back in the late 90s. My first, Game Boy came with Pokemon Blue back in like 1998 or 1999, and I've been a diehard Pokemon fan ever since. I didn't capture any footage from my playthrough. Honestly, I didn't even play through it myself. I played through it with my son, helping him appreciate Pokemon and walk around the town and just kind of nurture his interest with the game. So it was more of a co-op experience rather than something that I figured I would talk about. And that's why I didn't cover this game at all. I wanted to kind of appreciate it from the passenger seat rather than trying to rush through this game to record footage to put out a review that may have not actually done well considering the algorithm. I mean, I don't know. Sometimes I'm very careful with my choices for what I cover. But that being said, it was a really interesting approach on Pokemon, and I kind of was a bit not sure of it at first. And honestly, it took me a couple weeks to warm up to it and really just kind of appreciate it as, you know what? Maybe Pokemon's finally in a good spot. Every single Pokemon game that's come out, my thoughts are, this is a step in the right direction, but when are we finally going to get to the right direction? And I think that Pokemon ZA is actually kind of the right direction. The movement that you have on the world map, it is a constrained area, and that's fine. I think that works in favor of what they're trying to tell here. The movement that you have in battles as well it's rewarding, it's fun. Not only do you have to worry about your Pokemon taking damage, but you also have to worry about you taking damage as well for the Mega Evolution fights. It's all just a change up of the formula that I really enjoyed, and surprisingly, my 5-year-old son really enjoyed this approach, and he managed to beat this game all by himself, with some help from myself and my wife. But I gotta say, it just brought back some nostalgia, but with a new and interesting flair. It made everything feel smooth, more fast, more refined. I liked some of the Mega Evolution forms. It just felt like a streamlined way to play Pokemon, honestly. And I think this was a really great one for my son being a newcomer to the franchise. And, I like to see changes to Pokemon. We're always talking about how Pokemon could be better. Is this the perfect Pokemon game? Absolutely not. But it's a great step. It's a great iteration. And it's one that I'm going to be thinking about for a long time. So another game that totally surprised me, and this was a series that I've been wanting to get into for so many years, but I just didn't get there because of serious overwhelm, was the Trails series. And Trails in the Sky first chapter really just started, it started small, but that's what made it work. It made it feel small and believable, and then everything just kind of went from cozy and grounded to a real serious build into something more interesting. The slow burn lets every character, every NPC, every moment kind of breathe, and before you know it, you're fully invested into the world, and it was something that I was not expecting at all. And believe me, looking at Trails, the way that this presented, you could look at it and say, oh, it's just another cheesy anime game. Absolutely not. Honestly, that could not be further from the truth. And the reason why I say that is because some people on my first impressions review did say that. So I totally disagree with you, but this was very thoughtful. The combat, it's classic turn-based, but still with, some free roam on the world, kind of like a Tales game, never overwhelming. It's thoughtful and tactical. And the writing, in my opinion, was what really all tied it together. The character banter, the humor, the warmth, it all felt incredibly natural. And Trails' first chapter planted the seed of something bigger in me. And by the time that the plot fully pushed forward, no spoilers, you reveal that the game has been building towards a specific moment that entire time. And if you played and finished the game, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It was such a wow moment that still stuck with me. Even though I rolled credits a couple of months ago, it was just a genuine, real first impression wow moment for a series that I haven't had in a long time. So I really enjoyed my time with Trails, and it could be my game of the year this year. We'll find out. And lastly on my entries is Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D. And I gotta say, these games really surprised me. Not necessarily Dragon Quest 1, but 2 really blew me away. And if you watch my full-length review on 2, I cannot praise it enough. It was such a special experience. But to speak on both of them as a whole, as one package, this HD 2D remaster kind of takes this, HD 2D style and sprinkles it onto one of the most important JRPGs ever made and brings both of them to life with a warmth and charm that fits that style so perfectly. And Dragon Quest 1 is simple on purpose. I mean, it's all about that classic feeling of slowly pushing further into the world as you get stronger. I love the fact that you play as one hero the entire time. It really just helps you get used to the world, and it shows you that you are on your own. You have no companions, you have nobody else. It's just up to you to save the world, and I like that. And Dragon Quest 2 HD 2D builds on that foundation with a bigger world, a real party system, and more emotional storytelling. It's a great contrast to Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D last year, because yes, we did have a full party, but we didn't have any true identities. Now in Dragon Quest 2 HD 2D, we have characters, like actual thought out characters, and a really great storyline. And I loved the party chat between everybody else, aside from the hero, because obviously he doesn't talk. But it was really just a charming and, dare I say, emotional at parts kind of game. I really enjoyed it. It really left me feeling great and warm inside and nice, warm and fuzzy and cozy. Like, it does everything right about HD 2D that I love. And then, you know, couple this with the fact that I'm really starting to fall in love with the Dragon Quest series. I mean, you can see here behind me, I bought Dragon Quest 4, 5, and 6 on the DS about last week or so ago, and I'm 20 hours already into Dragon Quest 4, so I'm like well and truly in love with this series, and everything Dragon Quest is still like new and fresh to me. So to be able to play Dragon Quest 2 and 1 HD 2D, you know, if I'm speaking on both of them in a new package in 2025, was really just a great way to get into the series. So if you haven't played Dragon Quest yet, this is a great place to start. I mean, you could play 11 as well. That's a great entry point as well. That was my first one. But yeah, both of those games left such a great impression on me. And I only just finished them like 3 weeks ago, but man, I had such a wonderful time. Now, before we get to my game of the year, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, because almost 90% of the people that watch my channel on the regular are not subscribed. So I would love to have you here for each and every video I release every week. Otherwise, if you want more content on the regular, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter, where I'm posting daily JRPG content. It's a great and quick way to interact with you guys as well. So let's get to my game of the year for 2025. It's a game that I was not expecting as my JRPG winner, which I'm not even going to say JRPG. It was like my game of the year, really, because all I really play is JRPGs anymore. So I'm sure some of you may agree with that as well. So drum roll, please. My winner for 2025 JRPG of the year is... Hang on, I actually better go get the game so I can show you. Okay, I'm back with the game of the year, and it is Trails in the Sky First Chapter. Wow, what a beautiful game. Here's why I loved it so much. Honestly, this game just completely wrapped me up and didn't let go. What Trails did for me, better than a lot of other games I played this year, was the world building. And not in like a big flashy way, but just a small and intimate, live in this space for a while kind of way. And Trails First Chapter absolutely nailed that for me. Every town felt like a real place. Every NPC had thoughts and routines, and every quest or, you know, moment in the game just added a little bit of texture to the world. And Estelle and Joshua really carried this whole experience for me. Their dynamic, their banter, the way they grow together, it all just feels so natural and earned. And not just Estelle and Joshua, but like all of the characters as well. I had so many genuine laugh out loud moments with this game that it really just kind of crept its way into my heart and just, again, didn't let go. Trails, I mean, especially with this first game, I felt like it didn't rush anything. Like, it lets you hang out with the world, it lets you enjoy the small moments, and then slowly it starts threading in the bigger mystery. And then when that mystery finally clicks into place, I mean, man, it hits, especially that ending. And that's all I'm going to say, because I don't want to spoil it for you. But again, like, a lot of you might be veterans of the Trails series, and you'll understand like why I'm raving about this. And if you haven't played Trails yet and you want to try it, Trails First Chapter is obviously going to be the way to go. Like, I like this game so much. I mean, Gung Ho gave me a review code for this game, but I actually went out and bought it halfway through my playthrough because I was like, I gotta have it. Like, what if the PlayStation Network goes down in like 20 years and I can't play this game? I want to own this game. That's how much I love this. And I value my physical games, you know, very much. I go out and buy physical copies of everything, even if I get review codes just so I can have them. But man, this was like an instant, I got to go to the game store and buy this one. But yeah, the ending totally blew me away. Everything in this game just blew me away. And I can't not talk about Trails without talking about the gameplay. I mean, first chapter here just felt smart. The turn-based combat was amazing with just enough positioning and ability to keep things interesting. And then, you know, you can do this kind of real-time combat as well, but, you know, it's not necessarily the best way to play because you do more damage when you're in turn-based combat. It all just felt interesting and smart and fun without feeling overwhelming. Even if you don't totally get like the magic system or, you know, whatever equipment system that is, it just felt like it worked really well. But I mean, in reality, the heart of this game is the writing. Trails First Chapter reminded me how much I love JRPGs that take their time, build the cast, and let the emotional payoff come naturally. It really is, for me, the game that just stayed with me for so long, even after I finished it now. I can't even remember when I finished it, back in September or something like that. But it was such a wonderful and amazing experience that I can't wait for the second game. Honestly, I can't get it soon enough. And I never thought I would say that as somebody who's never played a Trails game before. But this game absolutely blew me away. So there you have it. There is my JRPG of the year. I would love to know what your JRPG of the year is as well. Did you play Trails? Did you love it as much as I did? Or did you prefer Expedition 33 or something else? I didn't play every single JRPG that released this year because I've got time constraints and life and parenting and working and all that stuff. But these were the few games that stuck out for me that I really just loved and I wanted to talk about. So I would love to know your thoughts. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And we'll see you again on another video next week talking about some more great JRPG stuff. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.